David, that whole day, bro, David is innocent. Bro, we didn't talk to no girls that whole day. We didn't come in contact with no girls the whole day. We went to Checkers, got some food, came back to the crib, played 2K, and he made some music. I was with him the whole day.
I just got all the proof in the world that shows David did not kill her and he is innocent. The missing report says she was missing in 2024, August 4th, okay? You listening? Right before she went missing, David had long hair. On April 4th, 2024, David cut his hair.
Yeah.
What you think about that?
You won't believe how tangled this story has gotten. I mean, people thought they knew David. Friends, fans, even some of the people closest to him. But what's coming out now? It's like peeling back layers of a mask he's been wearing for years. And honestly, the deeper you go, the messier it gets. So buckle up, because this isn't a happy tale. This is the kind of story that makes you question every single thing you thought was true. David. The name alone has become a storm of questions, secrets, and, yes, lies. From the outside, he seemed like just another rising figure, a guy with charisma, talent, a following that loved him, maybe too much. But behind closed doors, the narrative shifts, and suddenly, what looked like charm starts feeling like control. And trust me, the ongoing investigation, it's only now beginning to scratch the surface of what's really happening. David has a way of presenting himself that feels perfect. On socials, on camera, even in casual conversations. Every word, every movement seems calculated. And that's what's terrifying. Because when someone can curate their personality so precisely, you don't just see them, you see what they want you to see. And anyone who's ever crossed paths with him, anyone who got close, they're now part of this investigation puzzle. Some pieces more visible than others. There are reports, multiple corroborated reports, that paint a picture of a double life. On one side, David is charming, friendly, approachable, the kind of person who can light up a room and have people eating out of the palm of his hand. On the other, there's a side that only a few have glimpsed, cold, controlling, manipulative. Friends are coming forward, quietly at first, and the things they're saying, it's enough to make your stomach drop. There's this one account from someone who'd been close to David for years. They described nights where conversations were friendly, full of laughter, normal things. Then suddenly, in the blink of an eye, he would change. Tone shifts, subtle but sharp. Questions that seemed harmless at first would become probes, almost tests, as if he were analyzing every reaction. And the worst part? The person said they didn't even. Investigation itself is messy. Law enforcement has reportedly been looking into David for months. Multiple jurisdictions, tips coming in from fans, acquaintances, and even people who barely knew him but noticed patterns. Evidence is scattered, statements contradict each other, and some people are so terrified of retaliation that they won't even speak on record. And that's the chilling part. We're starting to link patterns, timelines that match witness statements, locations that contradict his publicly shared stories. Every small detail is being dissected. And that's when the picture starts to emerge. A man who meticulously managed his image, and who, behind the polished exterior, might have been orchestrating situations that no one fully understood. Allegedly, there were attempts by some witnesses to confront David privately. And what happened? According to sources, he was calm, collected, even apologetic on the surface. But there was a coldness underneath, a subtle intimidation, like he knew how to make someone question their own perception. Gaslighting, manipulation, the slow unraveling of trust, all classic signs, and investigators are noting them. This isn't hearsay. Patterns like this are showing up across multiple accounts. Multiple people are reporting. It stops feeling like coincidence. Leaks have started to surface, unofficially of course, but enough to create a storm online. Screenshots of messages, partial videos, and cryptic texts that seem to hint at something darker. People are starting to put pieces together. Fans are reacting, social media is erupting, and some individuals who were previously silent are speaking out. The common theme? Surprise, shock, betrayal. People trusted David, they believed in his persona, and now the walls are crumbling. The haunting part isn't just the alleged manipulations or the psychological games, it's the scale. Investigators are reportedly examining years of behavior, looking for patterns in relationships, communication, and even financial transactions. And the deeper they dig, the more complexity they find. There are multiple overlapping stories of trust broken, friendships ended, and in some cases are deliberately designed to mislead you. There are still people defending David publicly. Comments like, "I know him, he's a good guy," flood platforms. And here's to separate fact from fan fiction, verified statements from speculation. And it's exhausting. For everyone involved. Sources close to the investigation suggest several areas under scrutiny: private messages, deleted texts, and conversations that seem innocuous on the surface, but suggest manipulation, behavioral inconsistencies, things David has said publicly versus statements from acquaintances. Multiple individuals are coming forward, some anonymously, describing a chilling consistency in his behavior and his social circles, who he interacts with, who distances themselves, and who suddenly disappears from his life without explanation. Each of these points is messy on its own. Layer them together and you get a chaotic picture, one that's emotionally charged, legally complex, and impossible to untangle quickly. While all this is happening, the media frenzy builds. Not every outlet is reporting responsibly. Some are running with clickbait headlines, speculation, and half-truths. Fans are panicking, some defending, some accusing, and in the middle of it all, the investigation continues quietly, methodically, and meticulously. And that's exactly what you want in a messy scenario like this. The facts, not the noise, guiding the outcome. Understanding David himself is essential. People who've known him say he's charismatic. He's persuasive. He can make you feel seen, valued, even understood. But that charm is double-edged. There's a strategic aspect to it, a way to draw people in and keep them close while slowly shaping their perception, often without them realizing it. This is exactly the behavior investigators are scrutinizing. Manipulation isn't always loud. Sometimes it's subtle, silent, and incredibly effective. There are reports of David controlling narratives, trying to influence what others say about him, sometimes even reaching out privately to manage statements or create confusion. This level of orchestration, if proven true, is beyond casual deceit. This is calculated. You have to see how every interaction, every message, every public appearance fits into a larger pattern. And with multiple witnesses giving varying accounts, it's a painstaking process. The investigators are trying to find consistencies without dismissing anyone, and that's hard, really hard, because emotions are high, memories are fragmented, and loyalties are split. The public reaction is chaotic, as expected. Every leak, every hint, every cryptic post online sparks theories, accusations, and heated debates. Social media is blowing up, some defending, some accusing, and in the middle of it all, the investigation continues quietly. Every new detail feels like a punch, a revelation, and a reminder that someone you thought you knew completely might not be who they seemed. The investigation continues with ongoing interviews, cross-verification of statements, digital forensics, and tracing communications. Investigators are trying to determine not only what happened, but the intent behind it, motive, planning, patterns. Every small action is under scrutiny. Every post, every statement, every contact is being analyzed. Piecing together a puzzle where some pieces are actively resisting being revealed. So yes, it's messy, it's emotional, it's dramatic, out, emotionally, socially, publicly, is still rippling. Every new revelation changes the conversation, forces people to reassess, and pushes the narrative,